Coach opening up with a few comments, and then we'll go to questions for the players.
Yeah, regional champs is something pretty special. We don't take that for granted. To be able to come in and play well and play in front of our crowd and finish it like today was pretty special. Our crowd's been incredible all year, but they really showed up the last two games. Today is about pitching. I mean, to see some guys go out there that haven't been in those situations and to know everything that's on the line. Travis gives us three. This guy here, he's just been growing and growing, and we respect him so much because he puts in the work and he loves being around the ballpark. But I think 3 innings is definitely the most he's thrown this year. That's just a great sign with just plus stuff. Great to see Trey do the same thing. Left the game with confidence, and then to get LBJ in there and knowing that he's a guy with a big arm that has a chance to help us down the road as well. DC, the offense just did what they do. Great start. 5 runs in the first, and then just continued to tack on. I think DC dinner late in the game. I said, "You guys are boring me. I wish you would try to score this inning." And we got Trey walks. We had a ground ball double play. DC hits the solo, and so now I got to buy dinner.
We'll start with questions for the players. Go ahead and raise your hand. We're going to mic you. Start with Joe.
Dylan, how much outfield work did you do over the summer? And then coming into this week, what was your mentality when you saw that you'd be in the lineup for starting in these regional games?
Starting with over the summer, I really didn't get much at all. I primarily played third base because Cam Williams left last year, so I kind of saw an opening there. But starting in the fall, kind of mixed in with the outfielders, and last year as well, got some good outfield work. But yeah, I've just been working at it all season, all 3 positions, and I've played in the games in all 3 of those. But yeah.
And then just coming into this weekend, just seeing your name in the lineup, did it change how you approached it, or how did you react to it?
I don't really think it changed how I approached it because I kind of just go into each day preparing like I'm going to play, and like whether I am or if I'm not, I just got to like prepare the same way. So when I do see my name in the lineup, I can just be ready whenever.
On the right, Jeff.
Yeah, Jared, was there a point later in the year where something changed or something clicked that's allowed you to have the success you've had in your last few outings?
Yeah. I don't know. I was having a tough time mentally with some things. I had a lot of things going on, and I went back to my high school and just saw the kids there and talked to them. They had just lost in the playoffs, and I don't know. They just kind of gave me some hope. I talked to them, and it's going to sound really weird, but this kid, like I threw and I just didn't feel right, and this kid on the way out, he just kind of asked me like. He was just like, "Hey man, you gonna come see us again?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he gave me this like frost blue Gatorade, and I don't know, I only drink that now. That's kind of what changed, and he just kind of gave me some hope, Just seeing those kids just kind of look up to me, and yeah, that's really what changed.
On the left, Danny.
Jared, I'm kind of wondering, where is the confidence of this bullpen now? It's kind of going back to the Oklahoma State game. You guys have had some good bullpen games, Oklahoma game not excluded, but overall, just kind of where is the confidence of this bullpen?
We've been through a lot as a bullpen, and a lot of things fall on us, but we kind of just got all together, and we're just like, we're not done, and we knew if we're going to keep going in the postseason. We're going to have to step up, and that's what we've done so far, and we're just going to keep going with it.
On the right, Kirk.
So, Dylan, you get 3 hits and they're all home runs. Did Coach Pierce give you a home run sign, or how does that work?
Not exactly. I guess that's just how it worked out, but you never go up there trying to hit a home run. It's just something that happens, and we always talk about, like, if someone asks you if you're going to hit a home run, you just say, if I get the pitch to, and I think tonight I got a couple of good ones, but never really tried to do that, just how it turned out tonight.
And did you feel any pressure at all with, being inserted in the lineup every game?
No, not really. I just try to slow the game down. Whenever I get in there, just make the most of my opportunity without trying to do too much. Just try to take the pressure off myself, you know.
Middle sitter.
Dylan, your coach makes a lot of money. Where are you going to make him take you? I mean, the pork chops at Perry's are pretty good on Fridays, but I think you can do better than that.
Yeah, he didn't really specify on what type of dinner. So when I asked him about, yeah, I know. When I asked him about steak dinner, he said, I don't know. We didn't talk about that. So I'd be fine with like some Chick-fil-A or something. Anything would be cool.
Back left, back.
Jared, after you drank that Gatorade, did you like recommit yourself here, right? Like, how did you recommit yourself, like within the Longhorn program? And coach says you're around a lot, so is that just, was there a recommitment here?
I mean, I've always been committed here, I guess. But no, just coaches and teammates and my friends, just kind of, they all kind of just had my back, and they've always had my back. And I just, recommitment or whatever, just kind of clicked. I also had some dreams that helped, like literal dreams, and it just kind of came together. I just prayed about it, and God's there, and that's really all I can say.
Tell us about the dreams.
Oh, if you want, we'll pass on the dreams.
We only get the Gatorade in?
Yeah, no, you don't want to hear the dreams.
Back right, Terry.
Dylan, after you swung the bat and those balls went over the fence, you dropped the bat and you're running around the bases, can you share what was going through your mind? What feeling did you have? What were you thinking?
I can only remember how it felt off the bat, but like running around the bases, it's not like you black out. You don't really think about what's going on. Like I was probably just running around the bases. Like I saw like everybody on their feet, and it kind of felt good to see. But I kind of don't. It doesn't turn back on until I like cross home plate, and then it's like okay, like I'm kind of like out of the fire now. But it's definitely a good feeling off the bat.
DC, Jared, for both of you guys, after the game, there aren't a lot of teams that stand behind you guys for the eyes and just the post-game respect between you guys and Air Force. You played them 4 times this year. What perspective individually did you guys gain, and as a team do you think you guys gain, facing Air Force 4 times this year?
Well, I'd say a perspective from them is that it's more than just a game, and that their game is way bigger than ours. Because like we always talk about like how baseball is our lives, but their lives are way more than just this game. And they're going on to do something a lot greater than us, and they're making sacrifices that we aren't making, and we tip our caps to them for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. I just think a lot of respect for Air Force, and they come to play, and they just have fun out there, and they know they're going to do something greater than this game, and it just hats off to them for bringing it and just making it this far, really. So yeah.
One last one for the players, Joe. Go ahead.
For both you guys, y'all played in the regionals last year, but y'all weren't like the frontline guys. Did that help having that experience against Fairfield Southern and those teams, and then being able to step into those primary roles this year?
Yeah, it definitely helped. Last year I didn't play much during the regular season, but I was fortunate enough to get I think 2 starts in the regionals last year. But definitely helped me get my feet wet, get used to the environment, try to slow the game down as much as possible, and like not try to force it, feel that pressure. But I think from that last year to this year, I was definitely more relaxed and just kind of more comfortable, used to the environment.
Yeah, no, just pitching against Southern last year, packed crowd. It was a good experience, and just go out there and just try to do it for the team. That's about it.
Jared, Dylan, thank you.
Thank you.
You guys go.
Hard questions now. Save me one of those Gatorades, Jake.
Questions for Coach? Start with Danny on the left.
David, what was, I guess, the pitching plan going in? Zane, how much, and I guess why not Zane today? Why the bullpen approach?
Well, I think we've just been a little inconsistent in both areas. And so after Sunday's game, I brought in Trey and Travis and basically said, all right, we're going to just tag team you two, start getting yourselves ready for three innings apiece, and not asking you to go try to follow what Lucas does or try to follow what Pete does. Just the goal is to go one inning. And if we get three and we're at 40, 50, even if it's clean, we're probably moving the next guy. And then we knew kind of in the course of the game that we wanted to split them with a little power arm. So we didn't know what we were going to get out of Jared, if it was going to be three, which is the most he's gone. But we were hoping to get two there and then bring Trey. It worked out even better, extended Jared. Trey could have went the ninth, but we're still trying to build some guys. And it sounds crazy, we're in the regionals trying to build guys, but there's some inexperience there, big arms, and so that's kind of what the plan was. It's how it developed.
David, other than blue Gatorade, what has changed for Jared? Because you've said before,
I need some of that blue Gatorade.
you've said before this year that, I mean, he's got the kind of stuff that can win you games in regional supers and in Omaha. What's changed for him?
I mean, it's been a long process for him, and I still don't know if he's there yet as far as just the consistency. There's some complexities within his delivery that sometimes concerns me. He has to really be on time with it, but he works at it so hard. I think too, you look back, he had some struggles, just some mental struggles, and he talked to his teammates about himself a lot, about his delivery, about his stuff, and we just had a conversation. I said, let's try this. Let's quit worrying about yourself. Let's start focusing on your teammates. And what can you do for your teammates? If it's one guy one day. And the kid started setting up batting practice every single day by himself, probably over a year now. And he has completely become the ultimate teammate. And there's not one player on that team that didn't pull for him because of all the things that he does for them now. So I just see a maturity and just being very selfless and just being concerned about, his team. And I think, too, you look at all of the guys in our bullpen, they just want to contribute. They just want to be a contributor to the win. And they've been beat up a little bit, but I like where they are. I like where they're coming. And being in a spot where we can maybe get some dependency from them. Proud of them. I really am, because they haven't stopped working.
You guys just got a complete performance to make an error, bullpen pitch well, get the long ball, small ball. Do you feel like you're playing now like the number one team in the country when you started the season?
There's just so many good teams in the country, but I do like the way we're playing. I think all the calluses that we built throughout the year have paid dividends. And, we're not there yet. We're still trying to get better every day, and we still talk about that. I think right now our base running's terrible, and we've got to make some improvements. We just got to make some better decisions. And so there's an area that I will attack on Tuesday because I feel like it's going to be a necessity, but it's a place where we can get better. We've got to get better at fastball command. We got to continue not to give up at bats, and we got to maintain that pride that we have in defense. Because we can pick it. Our team can absolutely play defense, and they love playing defense, which is unusual for kids.
You've hosted 3 regionals here, advanced past all of them. You've had success here in the postseason. Just what does that mean to you, to this program, and then what's your plan for tomorrow with a bunch of Game 7s going on?
Yeah, I mean, just like in my opening statement, what happened with Tennessee Tech, and sitting back and expecting these guys, or for us to be going to Oxford, you never know. And so we'll sit back and watch games tomorrow and root for Coastal. But again, if we go to Greenville, played them when I was at Rice in USA, played them in the American with Tulane. Pretty familiar with the environment, with the facility, the fan base. It will be absolutely crazy if we end up going there. But I hope we have a chance to play at home, of course. But the success is not taken for granted. These guys have worked their tails off to, one, get to the point where we could host, and we did. So that's an accomplishment. And then to play so well and to do it here at home means a lot. But we've played well at the Dish since I got here. We've played tremendously at home, and so and that's continued in the regionals. With the history of this program, to be able to continue that history, is pretty special for me, the coaches, and the players.
Got your last one, start with Zach.
You mentioned yesterday, kind of, I think, with Tristan, that he came to you and said he'll do whatever role.
Yeah.
Is Jared in that same boat? And do you think whatever potential he has, do you think he can still get there at this point?
Yeah, we've kind of gotten away from, all right, this guy's the setup guy and this guy's the closer. We've just gotten away from that. So we're really more into how can this guy match up here? Is he the right guy? Usually when we get one up, we get two up, at least hot bodies, light catch, and kind of look at the matchup. If we get through that inning, it may be the other. So that's going to continue. I don't think we have that stability yet to say we've developed roles. So I think the for sure roles are Friday night starter, the Saturday starter, and how we utilize Tristan. Ollie's made some huge steps. Marcus Oliveris. Just the reliability is what we're looking for. And guys going out in these in this environment, even though it's at home, in this environment, knowing that they can control their emotions, they can breathe, and they can focus on their job is a big step for a lot of them.
Last one up front, setter.
And you can't say either that, well, you played an Air Force team that, was 30 and 27 coming in, because everybody knows how well they swing the bat.
You talk about calluses, and you guys weren't in a great mental space the last time you played Air Force. There was a tough time. Had some team meetings and some soul searching. Seem to have found it. And where do you think they are mentally? It seems like you're in a good space now.
Our team, I think they're outstanding. I think they're pumped about hosting, but they didn't go, out of control in the selection show. They're excited that we won the regional, but they didn't flip out. I think they still have the prize is still winning the Super, advancing in Omaha, and competing for a national championship.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys.